Hi, it's Kim, and today I have a pick a card reading, and this is going to be for your June love reading. Pick a card version. So we have here stacks 1, 2, 3, 4, or stones 1, stone 2, stone 3, stone 4. Or if you would prefer it, just pick a number that resonates and calls out with you. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is your June love reading. So depending on what you pick, this is your messages for June regarding love. Now, I'm hoping it will be timeless. So if you're clicking on this and it's not June, it's another month, well, listen to the messages that you get and see if they resonate, because sometimes it's like that. So I'll give you a moment to choose. And if you need more time, again, please pause it. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, let's get started. Gonna move these to the side and start with those who picked stone 1 or stack 1. Your June love reading is, I don't know if I'm going to read reversals, so we'll see. We'll see what we get. 4 of Cups, Temperance, Knight of Wands. Did I just? Trust, which is the Fool. Loneliness and creativity. Let me see if I want to do reversals, okay? No, I'm not feeling reversals today. Alright. For those who pick stack 1, I think there's a frustration. Like, you want things to move along, but they haven't. You want things to be more interesting, but they're not. And you almost want to charge ahead. You want things to manifest. You want movement. You want passion, but instead you have temperance, which is about balance and moderation. Number 14 is about balance and moderation. It's about patience. And again, I get this quote every time I get this card. Everything in moderation, especially moderation. But I think that's just a funny quote, but it's true. Everything in moderation. So what is it that you need to moderate? It could be your sense of loneliness. So for those who pick stack 1, perhaps you've been single for quite a while, and perhaps you had your heart broken recently, and you're feeling this very low, deep energy, and you almost want a way out of it. And because of that, because you want your way out of it and you have an idea of what it should look like, it's almost like you have an offer, but you don't want to take it because you have an idea or an expectation of what it should be, of what you want it to be. So there's things that are offered to you. There's good things, but it's like you're not paying attention to it because it's not what you want, or it's not what you think you want. Trust. Trust is about trusting the process. It's about being excited with new challenges and risk and new beginnings, taking a leap forward. So with trust and the Knight of Wands here, there's definitely a sense of moving forward somehow, and kind of unshackling yourself, and cutting off those heavy chains that are holding you back. And I think this beautiful card, creativity, I mean, look at this color. Yellow just makes you feel light and vibrant and vital. I think that's a contrast to blue in a sense that, you know, you have sadness and then happiness, joy and depression. You know what I mean? I get this picture of Inside Out, which is a Disney movie that some probably have seen and some know of and some don't. But in the movie, there's these little characters that live inside this little girl's head and moderate her emotions and her feelings, and one of them is joy and one of them is sadness. So what I'm getting is you need to balance these two things here, the sadness and the joy. You can't just fully pretend that everything is okay and that everything is happy, but with this creative energy, it's more open, and this lonely energy is like closing down. And so you need to find a balance in between that, because if you're too open, then I think it facilitates this naive energy where you're so vulnerable that people almost can take advantage of you. And then when you're super into this energy, you close down and you don't let anything else inside, and it prevents you from discovering new things. So trust. You have both those colors on here, the blue and the yellow. So it's about moderation. It's about balancing these two energies, I think. And it's like taking leaps forward and being okay with the fact that perhaps you are being a little selfish, perhaps you're being ungrateful in many ways, but trusting yourself and having compassion for yourself in the fact that you are allowed to feel these things, even if they are imperfect emotions in your mind. So how does that tie into love? I mean, I think what this is trying to say, or what I feel this is trying to say in regards to love, is that you have had your heart broken, or you had disappointments in this area of life, this romantic area of life. And it's like you're downtrodden about it. You're disappointed. You don't know if you'll ever find somebody. And these other cards, these surrounding cards, are saying, just have fun. Let it go for once. Let it go this month. Go for it. Go for whatever it is that you're afraid of going for. So if you're heartbroken and, you know, and you don't really know how to let somebody new in, you feel like you can't open up to other people, this is saying do that. Have fun. Have fun with it. Be creative in your approach. Embody this light, fun, joyful energy. It doesn't matter as of this moment. It doesn't matter if it's gonna last. It doesn't matter if it's gonna be the serious connection that you've been wanting. It doesn't matter if this person, this guy or this girl is the one. The thing is, you just have to have fun and dance a little bit. Dance with this situation. But also with Temperance here, it's a reminder to understand that when you are truly lonely and you go for a connection out of this loneliness, out of this wanting to connect, it's probably not going to be good in the long term. It's probably not going to bring you what you want. It's probably not going to give you the fulfillment that you truly desire. But it will help you, I think, heal or forget about things. However, it probably won't be lasting. So if you have this idea or this understanding of yourself, that's where you are at, and being honest with yourself or with where you're at, yet at the same time, like wanting to move forward and genuinely wanting to get better, wanting to understand, wanting to mature and evolve in this aspect. If you take that leap and you trust that good things are going to happen, and that you can let this go and still be okay and still have the possibility to achieve what you want to manifest, whether it be getting with this person, getting back with this person, or finding somebody new who values you more, somebody who you actually can rely on. Like it's about letting this go. Like you have to, it's like, look, if I put these two cards together, this girl, she's like leaping away from this bad energy and this bad past of loneliness. It's almost like she's cutting those chains away, and it's like freeing her, and it's allowing her to fly. That's what I'm getting with this card. Like, the people who pick stack 1, there's something that's holding you back, and I think it has to do with like this feeling of disappointment, this feeling of not knowing what to do next. Like, you're stuck in this sense, like, will I ever find somebody? Why is everybody in a relationship around me? It seems like maybe I'm not worth loving. What's wrong with me? And this is basically saying, you know, you choose what you experience by the things that you think. Now it's time to decide what type of circumstances do you want to manifest. Do you want to manifest more of this? Or do you want to manifest more of this passion, more of this movement, more of this alive, vital energy? And I think we both know what you'd rather have. So you have to let go of this energy. This energy of like feeling entitled, I think, to a better situation, to a better experience. Like, this is what I get with this guy. Like, he feels like he should have a better option, or he should have a better experience at this point. But he doesn't, and it's because of him. It's because of what he's been manifesting. It's because of the way that he looks at things. Temperance says, shift those perspectives. Go from that extreme to the next, to the opposing end. And I think if this person here moves from feeling boredom and this really like low energy, and shifts his energy and thoughts into more of like the Fool and the creative energy, and of the Knight of Wands energy, even if it's like out of desperation, or even if it seems forced, then I still think Temperance says you will learn, and this will shift the energies and get things moving for you. What I'm getting with these other cards, these contrasting cards, is like, put yourself out there. Do things that you actually enjoy, and this will shift the energy from this loneliness, from this like 3 of Swords energy, I think, into more of like a 3 of Cups energy. You know, there's a contrast there. So the 3 of Cups, it's not going to be like a serious type of relationship. It's not going to be the person that you necessarily fall in love with. It's probably the person that you meet at a bar or a club and just have a fun night with. But it's still movement. You're not stuck in this like wallowing, So for those who picked stack 1, I think a lot of you have this sort of stagnancy happening in your life and in your perspectives regarding love. Maybe you're like unhappy with your relationship right now, or this person that you're with doesn't feel like they actually have your back, and it's making you feel very lonely, and I don't know, like they don't have your back, and they're supposed to, Why are you in a relationship with somebody who doesn't have your back? These cards say, focus on yourself, have fun on your own, and perhaps the shift in energy will change that. Will change the dynamic, if not bring in new experiences for you that will make you feel this joy and excitement again, because I'm not getting that you are feeling that right now. I think you're looking for a change. You're looking for something new. You're looking for excitement. But in that looking for something and constantly seeking for it in almost a desperate way, in like a needy way, Temperance says, wait a minute, you need to understand that because you're putting out that energy, that's what you're gonna get. So instead, focus on what you want, but in a more positive way, as opposed to feeling lack. Okay, so that's for those who picked stack 1. That is your love reading. I know it wasn't very shiny and exciting, but it felt real, I think. For those who picked stack 2, this stone, your June love reading is Page of Swords. Somebody is spying on you. That's what I'm getting with this card. That's what I always tend to get with the Page of Swords. For some reason, every time it comes up, I just know that somebody is spying on you or looking into you, looking at what you're doing, being curious about you, searching you up on the internet, things like this. King of Cups. Could be a water sign. I believe it's Scorpio, Cancer, and what's the other one? Scorpio, Cancer. Wow, I'm like completely blanking out on this. Anyways, I'll figure it out. Any water sign. And then you also have, oh my gosh, the Queen of Cups. Whoa, they're two counterparts. Amazing. And they're facing each other. So again, could be another water sign, or it could just be a very significant soulmate connection, and both of you are paying attention to each other. Both of you are looking at each other and like paying attention to what the person's doing, studying the other person, trying to get to know them from afar, perhaps from their online presence, things like this. What's the other one again? Cancer, Scorpio. Damn, this is gonna bother me actually. Let me look it up. Pisces, yes. Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Gosh, how did that like totally forget about that? Could be both water signs, that's a possibility, or it could just be two people who have really deep connection, really deep feelings for each other. I swear, share the love. 3 of Cups. Interesting. Maybe there's some jealousy. Maybe you're jealous. Maybe you don't want to share the love, and that's why you have share the love here. It's basically saying if you share the love, you have nothing to fear because the connection is here and it's real. Purpose. I know what I'm here to do. So purpose tells me in regards to this love reading that you know this connection. You know what it means for you. You know where it could go. You know if it's a lifelong partnership, if it's a soulmate connection. You know if it's real. You know if this person cares about you. Perhaps you're doubting yourself. I think you know what this person's purpose is in your life. I think you know that perhaps you can work on your purpose together and achieve your divine mission, or work together to fulfill that mission, if that makes sense. New beginning. So it could be a new love. It could be a new interest for June. For those who pick stack 2, like this person is your new beginning. And this is somebody you can have fun with. This is somebody you can have a light energy with. And, you know, where jealousy doesn't have to get in between you, but at the same time, you're loyal because you have the king and queen here. Like, you're so strong together that you don't need to worry about these outside people or situations that you think might threaten that connection. It's impossible, because look at this. You're so concerned with each other. The focus is on each other, and there's really nothing or nobody that can interrupt that. The new beginnings for me in relation to this June love reading for those who pick stack 2 means that this is new love, or it could be a new beginning with an existing relationship, like a sort of rebirth of some sort, or a rekindling of a flame, but in a better way, devoid of the jealousy. You know, you want this person to have fun, you want this person to enjoy themselves, and you're not afraid anymore of other people stealing them, because you know that the connection is so strong and that it's impossible, and you just absolutely trust this connection because you know there's a higher purpose for it. And you also know that you have a purpose, so it's not going to bother you if something does happen, because you're so strong in yourself, and that's why you're able to share the love here. And I think this comes up as well because you haven't been able to share the love in the previous relationships or in your previous experiences, but now it's like you're ready. You're ready to share the love, and you're ready to be more open and vulnerable, and you're ready to have fun and not be so scared of losing something. Because now you understand that this is somebody that you can trust, and you feel this, I think you intuitively feel that this person is significant for you, and that you are both romantically connected and attracted to each other. For those who picked stack 2, sorry. Yeah, I am getting that both of you are definitely paying attention to each other. You're observing each other. It doesn't have to be necessarily online stalking. It could just be you're interested in what this person is doing. You're watching their little movements. You know, you're finding little things about them cute, interesting, attractive, and you're like, you want to get to know them more. You want to understand what it is that they want in their lives. You want to understand what they're passionate about, what's important to them, and that's why you have purpose here. Like, suddenly you find such interest in a person that you're starting to, like, mimic them almost. You're not mimicking them, but you're starting to get interested in the things that they're interested in, is what I'm getting. And it's like, it's an exciting time for those who pick stack 2. Like, I'm getting that there's this new connection, or there will be a new connection. And I think you'll know. And once that happens for you, remember this reading, that once you feel that feeling of knowing that this person is significant for you, go for it. Because these two counterparts here, that's so key. So the way that I did this, like these 3 cards from this Rider-Waite deck. So I had the 4 stacks, right? I basically shuffled the cards very well. I put the intention of what I was going to do, and for those people who are going to watch this video. And then I shuffled and I cut the deck. And then I put 1 card for stack 1, 1 card for stack 2, 1 card for stack 3, 1 card for stack 4. And then another card for stack 1, another card for stack 2, and so on until I had 3 cards for each stack. So I guess what I'm saying is, it's interesting how these counterparts came out, being that I shuffled in that way, and being that I have been utilizing this deck for quite a while. So it's not like a new deck, you know. It's not like a new deck and they came together. It was like these 2 cards had to come out together. And that's like a huge indication, I feel. So if you have any doubts at all, and if you're like, well, I don't know what she's talking about, like, there's nothing. I haven't met anybody. This is saying that you will, and you'll know. You may even refer back to this reading, or you may even recall me saying this, is what I'm getting. But definitely, if you're not there and you don't know what I'm talking about, and you're not feeling this connection in this moment, Share the love, embody this energy, have the confidence to share this energy, and I think you will attract this. But if you already know who I'm talking about, like if you're watching this and you know what I mean, then this is an exciting time for you. Take the risk, take the leap. This connection, I think, is a soulmate connection. It's like it has been brought to you because you had been calling in your soulmate, and it's like it's time for you to enjoy yourself and to enjoy this person. So thank you for watching. For those who picked stack 2, I hope that you enjoyed that reading. All right, so if you picked stack 3, the golden healer, your June love message is the Empress. Could be somebody is getting pregnant, or you guys are going to meet the person that you're going to have kids with. Ace of Cups. Yum. I love this card. For me, it's about new love, but it's also about like emotional fulfillment and like exploding or like overflowing with good emotions. 2 of Wands. 1, clarity of belief, which is the Ace of Swords. Wow, very powerful card. Pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Spiritual career. Interesting. So 2 of Wands, I think, is connected to the spiritual career, not just because it's underneath it, or I mean on top of it, but that could be a part of why I think it's connected. For the 2 of Wands, I always get a sense of seeking something. So maybe for those who picked stack 3, you had a question of what it is that you had to do and where you had to go, and maybe it has to do with a spiritual retreat of some sort. Some kind of fun retreat that you wouldn't usually go to, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know why I'm saying that, because that doesn't come out of my mouth. Like, I barely ever think about spiritual retreats unless I hear about it. So it's interesting that I said spiritual retreat. That's what I'm getting. It could be anything from, you know, some kind of yoga retreat. I know you have to pay for it, of course, but a lot of the retreats come with meals already, and of course, like your living situation, what you pay for, everything is included. You have food there, and typically it's healthy food. So it's probably gonna be vegan food too, because if you're gonna be on a spiritual retreat, they're gonna want you to tune into the energies as best as you possibly can, and you can tune into the energies in the best way by eating only plant foods, because the plant foods have a lot of life force energy in them. So probably going to be a healthy type of food if you go to the spiritual retreat. But yeah, you're seeking something, you want to travel. I think this card talks about wanting travel, understanding that the world is in their hands. I mean, look at this. He literally has the world in his hands, and he knows that he can go wherever he pleases. But it's just a matter of like deciding where to go. So for June though, what I'm getting for love, it could be that through this travel or through this movement or through this aligning with this spirituality, whatever spiritual career represents, I think you may find new love in that way, because this for me is always going to be about new love. And this is about sort of a new understanding of some sort. Exactly, clarity of belief. Let's see what else I'm getting from this. Excuse me one second, as I'm just gonna go ahead and read. It's definitely, I'm getting like a super strong sense of spiritual career. Like, I think you might meet this person following a spiritual career. You could take a class even. You could take some kind of workshop. Yoga, I think, is considered very spiritual. So if that's something that you resonate with. This pride card, it's like I can't put my finger on it. I think it could just be a blockage. Like what's preventing you from going to the spiritual career is your pride. Like you think it makes you weak or something. Or it looks silly to have such fervor for life almost. Because you think that having that sort of deep connection to life and everyday life and existence is weak or silly or soft even. I think that's what's blocking you from this Empress energy. Actually, I'm getting a sense that for those who pick stack 3, like there's a guy here. There's a man who picks stack 3 and he knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say that pride and this looking weak or something, looking soft somehow, is going to make others think of him in a specific way that he doesn't want them to. So he probably thinks, or you, if you're listening, you probably think that it's not masculine or it's not strong to really go for this, whatever this may represent for you. And perhaps as I'm saying that, and as you come to an understanding that it's okay, that you're not weak, it could be that clarity of belief for you. It's like an awakening of some sort that's going to happen this June, I think. It doesn't have to come from this reading. I think that the reading is going to sow a very important seed for you. And it'll come in the form of this abundance, this emotional abundance and harmony and fulfillment. I'm also getting that for those who pick stack 3, it doesn't have to be romantic love. I know, because that's what my intention was, but love can come in the form of anything. It could be in the form of what you love to do, your family, what you love about life, what you love about yourself, your purpose. Do you know what I mean? Like, I intended it to be romantic love, but I think for those who pick stack 3, there's a strong sense of the fact that it doesn't have to be romantic love. Like somebody here has been afraid of feeling love because they think it was weak. And the Empress says, with the spiritual career, it's time for you to let go of that old ideal. And as you do, you start to overflow, and that will bring in that love for you. Well, that love in life and that love in romance. You know, seek yourself, seek your truth, and know that you can do anything. And it doesn't matter what anybody says or anybody thinks. I'm also getting that perhaps a guy here, I don't know why, I'm getting like somebody is a guy. And it could be that he got somebody pregnant, or he has a kid, or he has a kid on the way, and he's not, it's like he doesn't want to show that he cares for the kid. As silly as that sounds, because he has pride, he thinks that it's weak. Perhaps he's been used to men not being stand-up fathers or not being good fathers. Perhaps he's used to men being hard on children and being disciplinary and almost cold to their children. Not understanding that kids really grow and really shine with this Empress energy next to the Ace of Cups. It's like they're afraid of like showing love. That's it. They're afraid of love. They're afraid of showing love. They're afraid of being loved. But deep inside, they know that that's what they need to do. They know that that's their blockage. This pride of not being weak is blockage. But they had a misunderstanding of what weakness actually means. And weakness means not being true to yourself. Weakness is pretending to be tough when all you want to do is to be soft or to care and to nurture. It's just this false illusion of strength when people put up a guard. It's an illusion, and the strength lies always in the truth. And I think that's your clarity of belief right there. There's an understanding coming through now that vulnerability is important. And I think for those who pick stack 3, someone here needs to hear that vulnerability is important. If you care about somebody, if you care about a girl, or perhaps I was on point with you becoming a father, or you are a father and you're afraid of vulnerability, that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do in order to get what you want out of a connection. In order to have that woman that you dream of, you have to be vulnerable, and you can't let pride stop you from showing and being and feeling love. Okay? Like, whoever picks stack 3, I'm getting somebody very strongly that is more masculine. It doesn't have to necessarily be a male, but this is somebody who is more masculine, dominated in their energy. They don't want to show that they care, but there's an energy of this Empress trying to burst through, but it's like this is the wall here that energy, that Empress energy is trying to burst through. And it wants to lead you to this. It wants to lead you to feeling this, to feeling like you have the world in your hands, and to having this clarity all of a sudden, like a breath of fresh air. So that's for those who pick stack 3. I think that was very specific to a couple people, a few people, I think. So I hope that you at least got a message for you in that one. Being that it is a general reading, it's difficult to get everybody in there. But I hope you got something out of that. I mean, I think, to be honest, it could also be about a woman, I think. A woman who perhaps is pregnant, is currently pregnant and doesn't know it, and doesn't want to be tied down to responsibility, because this woman wants to be free and wants to travel and to move and to be mobile, but this baby might be a hindrance to that. And this is saying that no, this is going to be fulfilling for you, you just don't know it yet, and this will be like a clarity for you. But this feeling of wanting to be free and feeling like a child or a family or something like that, or a lover or a relationship is tying you down of some sort, that's pride, and it's illusion, because this is where you're meant to go. It's not here. You know, you're not supposed to go here. This is a blockage. You're supposed to go here to this deeper understanding. So there's like some sort of understanding that has to come for those who pick stack 3, and this stack can go many ways. I just hope that those who pick this stack can understand what it might mean for them. Alright, so that's for stack 3. If you picked stack 4, the quartz crystal, your messages are Chariot, movement, power, strength, travel. Success. Ace of Swords, which we got in the last stack. But wow, next to the Chariot, very powerful energy. Success, strength, intelligence. Yeah. 5 of Pentacles. Actually, it came out like this, and it was reversed, but I know I said I wasn't going to reverse, so I had to stick with that, I feel like. But I just wanted to tell you that it did come out reversed, and in the moment that I saw that, I was almost like, maybe I should read this one reversed, because it is so contrasting to these two. So I think we'll just look at both sides of this card. Chariot, Ace of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. So you could have been feeling this. You could have been feeling this energy like, oh my gosh, I'm alone. I'm broke. I'm scared, I'm tired, I'm rejected, and then now that's coming out of your life because you're embodying this new energy, or this new energy is coming into your life this June. Success of some sort, clarity of some sort, and of course this is a love reading, but it could go in a career reading or a business reading too. But since this is a love reading, I think that whoever it is that you're asking for, or whoever has hurt you in the past, will now see that it was the wrong decision to do that, if that makes sense. You're seeing your worth now, is what I'm getting. Yeah, because you have karmic completion here, so that tells me that your trough is over and now you're moving upwards to your peak. You're on your way up. Now, it's not the bottom, you're not at your lowest. It's time for you to shine here. Chariot is all about success. It's, I think, the highest success card in the deck. Happiness, exactly, because this is what's coming to you. This energy is leaving. Listen, the High Priestess. So I think inherently you know this. You know that this is happening. You know that the cycle is changing for your favor. And if you just listen to that seed that is sprouting and coming through this topsoil, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So I think for those who pick stack 4, there's somebody here who has felt betrayed, heartbroken, and they're like, I'm tired. Why am I always the one that seems to be losing all the time? Why am I always the one that seems to be left out in the cold? Well, I'm telling you now, this month, the completion is happening and the tides are turning, the tables are turning. It's your time to shine. It's your time to be happy. And this is a reading to tell you to let it go. Let go with the flow. Go with the flow of happiness. And go with the flow of growth and evolution, and let this go. Let this go because it's your time, and this should be a happy confirmation for you. I think for those who pick stack 4, you wanted that sort of justice to happen. This is your justice moment. This is your justice moment. This is when the universe tells you, I was listening. You were heard. You are not alone. You just had to wait and be patient for a little bit. You had to gain some strength and some understanding. And I saw that you were having trouble. I saw that you were praying. I heard your prayers, is what this card, this set of cards is saying. I heard your prayers. It just had to take some time. And now it's here. You deserve it. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to feel like you're worth something. And that's why you get this very beautiful reading. So for June, your message is, man, tables are turning. You could possibly meet somebody that could change your life. you could possibly meet somebody that can meet you on the level that you want to be met with this reading. And I think you'll know, like, once you find that person and once you really align with their energy, you know what I mean. So that's very interesting. I wish you luck. That's a great reading, and that just tells me that this was in fact truly supposed to be reversed, especially with the surrounding cards of it. This just shows that it's finally over. This feeling of like sadness and desolation and poverty and emotion and material wealth or material existence, just poverty and experience overall, whether it be emotional, physical, spiritual, whatever, it's coming to an end. This is a victorious month for you. Definitely a good month for those who pick stack 4. So yeah, be excited for that. Look forward to it because it's happening. Thank you again for watching this, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you are interested in a personal reading, that information is going to be below. Also, I just wanted to make a note though, if you're interested in a video reading, that's not going to take 5 days. It may even take up to 7 days right now because I do have a lot of video readings to do, and it's very timely to upload them. So yeah, but I want to thank everybody for purchasing a personal reading as always, and I hope you enjoyed this video.